Hello, what's up? Welcome, sons of Satoshi. How's it going? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is Wednesday. I'm feeling great. I figured out another way to stack. I'm making my own iced coffee. Well, the ice melted, but anyway, made my own iced coffee today. Now I can have, now I can save that money and put it into Satoshis. I've been on a crazy diet where I try not to eat anything until about 1. And I think my energy levels is low when I start the show, so I had a little snack before the show, so we're good. Welcome to another episode of the Stack Sat Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. That's all we do. Bitcoin only. No poop coins. No yield products. Buy Bitcoin. Take custody of that Bitcoin. And move on with your life. Or figure out a different way to create value to stack more Bitcoin. Round of applause from the live studio audience. And shout out for Carlos Aramillo. What up, Carlos? Good to see you in here. Also, BTC Backpacker in the house. If you're new to the show, subscribe. And after about a minute, you'll be able to jump in the chat, say hello. And we can welcome you to the community, welcome you to the Stackopaths, to the Sons of Satoshi. We're here. Stacking sats Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern, on your drive home. Put us on, hang out, let's talk about Bitcoin, let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Really, it's just a daily dose of Bitcoin bullishness and Bitcoin signal. All right, so the way we like to start off the show is to jump into what Bitcoin is doing. So let's get into it with our first segment that we like to call the SAT Strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $67,418.92. What does that mean? It means that for $1 today, you can buy 1,483 Satoshis. And if it's your first time here, you might be wondering to yourself, what is a Satoshi? Well, a Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. We call them sats for short, hence the name of the show, the Stack Sats Show. Okay, just like $1 is made up of 100 pennies, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. So you can buy Satoshis a little bit at a time, and eventually, once you accumulate 100 million Satoshis, you in essence have a whole Bitcoin. Just like if you save up 100 pennies, when you get to 100 pennies, you in essence have $1. Okay, so we like to highlight this during every episode because I need you guys to understand that when you see the price of Bitcoin at 67,000, don't let it scare you. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin all at once. You can buy fractions of the Bitcoin, which are called Satoshis, which is why we stack them. Get it? Get it? All right. So let's say you're walking down the street, minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny could buy you, at today's price, 14.83 Satoshis. Okay? That's not as good as we were getting last year around this time. We're getting about 39 to 40 Satoshis for a single penny. Hey, today we're getting 14 Satoshis for a single penny. So just goes to show you that it takes more weaker dollars, more pennies to buy less and less Satoshis. And as the price of Bitcoin goes up and the purchasing power of the dollar, of the penny, goes down against Bitcoin. All right. So that is the SAT Strength. Wow, that was good. That was good. I surprised myself. You think after 225 episodes I'd have that down? Okay, so it's pretty exciting. All right, after the SAT Strength, I like to sit here and talk about something inspirational, something to get you motivated to maybe study Bitcoin, to look into it, to just give it a shot. You know, what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is you'll learn how the money system works, how the government system works, how the government money system works, and how it leeches the value that you saved in that currency away from you and uses it without your permission to buy different things and to redistribute it to different parts of the world that maybe you're not in favor of, right? Or if you are, it doesn't matter. The point is that they're taking your value, taking your wealth without your permission and using it for things that you might not agree with. Even if you agree with it, I don't know. Anyway, all right. So we're going to jump into a little segment that we like to call why we stack. All right, so we stack in Bitcoin. That's just a way of saying we save in Bitcoin, right? Whatever money you have that you don't need immediately, that you have for long-term savings for like a year, 4 years ideally, maybe even, that was weird, my lights flickered. 4 years ideally, make it through a couple of Bitcoin cycles, right? The value of that money, the value of that Bitcoin will go up over time and increase your purchasing power against your local currency. It doesn't have to be the dollar, it doesn't have to be the peso, it could be whatever your local currency is. All currencies are failing against Bitcoin. All currencies are losing value against Bitcoin. Okay, you need more and more of each currency to buy the same amount of Bitcoin. Okay, out of all the currencies that exist in the world, the dollar is the strongest, but it is still losing purchasing power against Bitcoin. So when you earn in those currencies, you take some of that value that you don't need immediately and you're going to store for a long term, and you save it in Bitcoin. You buy Bitcoin with it, you set it, you take your Bitcoin off the exchange into your own custody wallet, and now you have a store of value that's actually increasing in purchasing power over time as your local currency weakens. Okay, so it's a perfect way for regular people like you and I, regular people that are not already in a wealth, are not holding already expensive assets, or are not already wealthy, to start and actually build something for themselves, right? To actually have something to show for all your hard work, right? Whereas if you were to go and save in the local currency, that local currency is going to continue to get debased, and your savings that are in that currency are losing purchasing power over time, so they're making you poorer. Okay, save in Bitcoin, make yourself more wealthy, save in government money, and continue to be poor. Okay, that's as easy as it is. I could break it down. Okay, the other thing that I like to say here during this segment, which is my favorite way to explain things in a 1 or 2 sentence pitch, an elevator pitch for Bitcoin. If you were stuck in an elevator with me and you asked me what is Bitcoin, I will tell you saving in Bitcoin is like going back in time and giving yourself a perpetual, ever increasing raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold that Bitcoin. Retroactive raise, that is too. Retroactive raise. So it's like going back in time and giving yourself a perpetual, always increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold that Bitcoin that represents the hours in the past. Okay? So, and what does saving in dollars do? The exact opposite. When you save money in dollars, it's like going back in time continuously and giving yourself a pay cut for as long as you hold those dollars, right? So think about that. Anyway, that is why we stack. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Leonard. What up, Leonard? Good to see you in here, dude. Leonard, I'm like so close to being at 165 on my diet, and then I'm gonna hit you up. We're gonna go hit up that taco place. It's like a super way south. I love that place. That place is good. Hey, Robin, my wife, BTC Fanny Packer. What up? BTC Fanny Packer in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience for BTC Fanny Packer. I love fanny packs. I love them. I went out for a jog today and I wore it, and I took a big Bose speaker with me in my fanny pack while I was running, full on blasting. What was I blasting? Let's see. I was full on blasting. What is it? Here it is. I'm not even lying, dude. I'm gonna bring it up right here so you guys can see it. Here it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. I was full on blasting the fiat standard. I'm on chapter 8. I'm almost done. I'm 8 hours. I have 8 hours and 25 minutes left of the fiat standard, but I'm listening to it on my runs, and I'm listening to it with my full-on Bose speaker. Here, I'll bring it up so you guys can see it. I put this bad boy in my fanny pack, and I just run down the street with my fanny pack, dude. Let's go. Let's go. I'm like, I'm putting out the vibe. Putting out the vibe, baby. Putting out the signal. It's so funny. And then if I'm like jogging and stuff, and if it gets to a good part, and I'm about to pass somebody that's like maybe walking down the street or whatever, I'll slow down so they can hear more of the signal before I pass them. Let's go. Oh man, wild. One day someone's gonna stop me. They're gonna say, "Oh, what was that? What was that you're listening to?" I'll be like, "The truth. I'm listening to the truth." That's kidding. But anyway, that is. I haven't played with the Aqua Wallet. I'll look at it, Carlos. A killer app here in South. Oh, interesting. Okay. Is it like is it a Bitcoin wallet? Does it let you do Lightning, or does it do Liquid? I'll do the research myself, Carlos. Thanks for bringing that up. Let me write it down right now so I don't forget. I'll look into it today or tomorrow. Give me 1 second. I have my little notepad here with my homework. Let's see. Homework from Carlos. Carlos assigned me. Carlos Aramillo. Look into the Aqua wallet. All right. Very cool. Thanks, Carlos. I'm gonna look into that. I gave myself a homework assignment to look into it. Round of applause from the live studio audience for McLovin. What up, McLovin? Welcome to the stream. Hope everything is good with you. All right, that's all the ranting I'm gonna do today. Let's jump into what we like to call the Stack Recap, because we don't only talk about stacking sats daily or as often as possible. We actually do it here on the show, Monday through Friday. There it is. Here is a stack since the beginning of the show, back in May 22nd, 2023. We started stacking $5 a day, and then we moved over to $10 a day, and then we moved over to $20 a day, and now we're still doing $20 a day, but we've invested about $6,511 to accumulate 16.3 million Satoshis, in other words, 0.16 Bitcoin. Not even 0.2 of a Bitcoin. And that Bitcoin has gained value, has gained purchasing power against the dollar by about 69.4%. In other words, if we were to go and try to buy the same amount of Bitcoin today, with today's weaker money, we'd have to pay 69.41 more dollars to buy the same amount of Bitcoin. Okay? This is the thesis proven out. Each one of these purchases has been documented during one of our episodes. We're at episode 226 or something like that today, right? And so this started off as an experiment, as an example to show that it's possible to stack a little bit at a time. You don't have to do $20 a day. You could do $5 a day still. You can do $10 a day, depending on your exchange. I think Swan is $10 minimum, right? But it's slow and steady, guys. It's a constant saving of value. You can figure out ways to, make your own iced coffee at home. Some good iced coffee right there, guys. And guess how much it cost me? It didn't cost me $5 at Starbucks. It cost me however much a teaspoon of Folgers Crystals costs and a little bit of milk, and then the rest is just water, right? You're paying for the same stuff. Oh, and on top of that, this is a healthier version of it because I sweetened it with stevia instead of sugar to cause diabetes, right? So not only is this better for me, it's actually better for me health-wise, and it's better for me financially to just make my own coffee at home, okay? What up? Round of applause from the live studio audience for Howard Williams. What up, Howard? Good to see you in here. Welcome to the show. If you have any questions, please do put them in the chat. We have a no jerks policy, so you can ask any questions, and we won't bother you about it. We'll answer your questions as honestly and as truthful as possible. If I don't know the answer to your question, I will be upfront with you and say, hey, you know what? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to go look it up, and I'll come back tomorrow with the answer for you, right? So we're here not to BS. We're here to talk about Bitcoin only, Bitcoin Signal only, and self-custody. That's all we do here. Save in Bitcoin, take custody of your coins in a wallet you have the keys for, and that's it. The third step is up to you. You can figure out ways to generate more revenue to stock even harder, or you can just chill and wait for your Bitcoin stack to accumulate purchasing power over time, and eventually you'll be able to have financial freedom and be able to do whatever it is you want to do with your time instead of trading your time in service to another person's goals or another company's goals. You can have your time back and focus on the things you really love to do, right? So there it is. That is the beginning of the stack recap. Let's finish the stack recap. I tend to ramble from the stack recap. I get inspired by these numbers. Okay. We also started tracking the purchases just for 2024 to make it a little bit more attainable for somebody that's new to stacking, to see that it doesn't matter what time you start stacking. And we go back to the title of today's episode, the best time to buy Bitcoin. When is the best time to buy Bitcoin? Put it in the chat. When do you guys think? Oh, perfect. I did. You give credit to Carlos. What do you mean? What did Carlos do? Howard Williams in the house. There he is. Let's see. Very cool. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, Carlos is awesome. Did Carlos get you in here? Nice. Perfect. All right. So we have just in 2024, if we were to start over this whole show and just start only this year, we started buying $20 buys. Sometimes we do $80 buys, sometimes $40, depending on the price of Bitcoin. But now pretty much our average buy price is really below the current price. So we're only doing $20 buys now. But still, just in 2024, our little humble 0.05 Bitcoin, right, is up about 25%. And it fluctuates, of course, right? But the trend is still up. Okay, the trend is still up. Pretty much, if you look at the chart for Bitcoin in any 4-year window, as long as you can start saving and go through any 4-year window, you will be in the positive. Okay. Oh, got it, Carlos. Got it. Thank you. You'll be in the positive, which is pretty awesome. Okay. So, again, we're double tracking the purchases from 2024 at the end of the overall cumulative. Okay. But if you're new, seeing the purchases for only 2024 gives you a little bit of hope that you can do it as well. Okay. Again, you don't have to stack $20. You don't have to stack $80. You can do whatever you feel comfortable with. You don't have to do daily, but you should start considering it, right? Take things in your life that you can do without that might even be causing you harm, and find replacement things for those, or just get rid of them at all. And take that value that you're spending on those things and stack it into Bitcoin, right? How many $5 coffees have people bought in the past year? And if you made that part of your routine, where you're buying a $5 coffee every day, right? That's a lot. That's like $25 a week, right? In a month, that's $200. No, is it? No, that's $100, right? That's $100 that you could have put into Bitcoin, right? When you drink the coffee from Starbucks or whatever, when you drink the coffee from Starbucks, you pay the $5, you drink the coffee, you pee it out, and it's done. It's gone. It's gone. And it's gone. Right? Yeah, you get a little buzz, right? From the caffeine, but I'm getting a little buzz from the caffeine here. Folgers Crystal, dude, 1 spoonful. The can probably cost me like, I don't know, $7 or $8. I don't even know, right? For the price of 2 Starbucks coffees, I can make like hundreds of cups. I don't know if hundreds of cups, but like maybe 50 cups of coffee, right? To be conservative, right? True Bitcoiners drink Folgers. Exactly. Let's go. Right? No, but like the reason I'm saying that is not that I don't want you drinking coffee. You do whatever you want, but find ways to make it more affordable, right? Because now, instead of spending was it a year's worth of $5 coffees over a 5-day workday, 5-week workday, right? That's $100 a month, right? That's $1,200 for the year that you spent on coffee and peed out, right? Instead, you buy yourself the Folgers coffee, right? And you make yourself your coffee before you go to work or whatever, right? And it's probably gonna be healthier for you, right? And on top of that, you don't have to go out of your way to drive to the Starbucks or whatever, right? So you're saving on gas, you're saving on the drink itself, right? And on top of that, you take that money that you would have spent on the rest of the cups of coffee for the year, right? You put $1,200 into Bitcoin, right? If you'd have put $1,200 into Bitcoin last year, even if you did it over time, daily, right? $5 or every other day, because it's like you can't do a $5 buys, but if you did a $10 buy every other day, so that you could get to $1,200 for the year, then your $1,200 for the year would be up about 70%, right? And that's the difference. Once you understand how that works, then you start applying that to everything in your life, and you get what you get. I know Michael Saylor says laser eyes because you're focused on Bitcoin and focused on how Bitcoin is going to make you more wealthy. And it's true. Once you start to understand how it really works, you start to consider the things that you would spend money on and think to yourself, well, man, that's a lot of sats right there. You know, should I go to this Bitcoin convention because it's going to be a blast, it's going to be fun, a cool experience? Or should I just take that money I'm going to spend on airfare, hotel, the admission to the actual place, and food or drink that you're going to spend, right? Is it worth a couple of days of an experience when I'm not even at one Bitcoin yet, right? It's a judgment call there, right? And once you understand how Bitcoin works, that's an easy answer, right? For me, it's not worth it. Like even if I was at 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin, right now it's not worth it to me, right? Because the potential upside of a single Satoshi, right? I understand that maybe the Bitcoin benefit is not as big in my lifetime, right? But when my kids get my coin, or when my grandkids, or when my great grandkids that will probably maybe not ever meet me, when they get my stack or a portion of my stack, those individual Satoshis that I didn't spend on whatever, on partying, will be worth so much more if everything continues the way it is, right? So stack for your last name, guys, and figure out ways to, make your own coffee at home, and clever ways to stack. Right. Anyway, that is the stack recap. Jeez, sounded more like a rant. Anybody have any questions in the chat? Drop it in there. I think I need to ease up on the caffeine, guys. I hardly ever drink coffee, and that's good. Don't party shame me, bro. Hard Huddle in the house. Let's go. Welcome, Hard Huddle. That's true. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to party shame you. You guys do what you want. Okay. Go ahead. Just remember, you're gonna have to tell your grandkids that you blew their inheritance at a party, or supporting a political candidate that continue to make the money printers go anyway. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Okay, so when we're stacking here on the show, we stack again Monday through Friday, and then we also have a side thing going right now, which is called the 100 Stacks Challenge. Today will be 19 days away from the end, and the idea was based on a TikTok challenge called the 100 Envelopes Challenge. In that 100 Envelopes Challenge, you can decide to save dollars in envelopes numbered 1 through 100. You put the amount of money that the number of the envelope indicates daily for 100 days. That means that you're saving dollars for 3 months and 10 days. Okay. When you do that, you will eventually end up with $5,050 cash stuffed in these envelopes, or a binder with numbers, right? And you have all this cash. Only I thought it was a good idea to do that, except for saving in the cash part, right? Saving in cash to me seems kind of like a rip. So instead of saving in cash, I took that challenge and called it the 100 Stacks Challenge. So similar concept. You're buying Bitcoin every day. You're buying one line of this chart, and only one line. You can't double up, and you can't skip days. You can buy them in any order you want, because sometimes we're flush with cash and sometimes we're struggling to make the next paycheck. So the goal here is that you stack daily. It's building saving habit, right? And it's just a fun way to save up for something that you might need here soon, right? Or just a fun way to trick yourself into stacking some more, right? So we started stacking a while back before the halving, and Bitcoin hasn't done that great in the past session. I guess not session, but in the past month. Based on our stacking goals here for the 100 stacks challenge, but at least we're in the positive now. And remember, once we get to our stacking goal, doesn't mean you have to sell your stack right away. You can continue to hold it, and it will continue to appreciate value, right? Whereas if you were to save the cash, when you get to your goal, you're probably already losing some value as far as purchasing power goes. And the longer you hold it, the more purchasing power you'll lose over time. Okay. So anyway, that's the little extended explanation of this little challenge, just for those people that are new. Now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy for the regular DCA of the show and for the 100 stacks challenge, let's do the only thing left to do. It's time to stack some sats. All right, boys. Today is the day. Here we go. All right, so for the regular DCA of the show, we're going to stack $20. And let me just get this preview going. Right here. Before I do the preview, let me show you this. This is important. Okay. Right now, Swan is doing no fees for your first $10,000 worth of Bitcoin purchases, which is freaking amazing, right? I know. They're gonna hold the coin for about 7 or 8 days before you can withdraw it, which is a negative for most people, for some people. But you're still getting 0 fees. And they don't charge you when you do a withdrawal to your cold storage. They cover the Bitcoin network fees. So in essence, you're gonna get the max sats you can for your dollar. Okay. So going back to get the preview. So preview here, and taking a screenshot. There it is. All right, the screenshot is locked and loaded, and now it's time to actually stack this. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Here we go. We're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin for the Stack Sats Show weekday stack. Today's episode 227. Wow. Episode 227. And more drum roll, please. Oh, there it is. Today we're able to stack an additional 293 Satoshis thanks to no fees. Let's keep it going. Did you give credit to, yeah, okay, I did give credit to Carlos. True Bitcoiners drink Folgers coffee. You drink coffee. I'm having a stiff drink. Let's go. All right, nothing wrong with some stiff drinks, dude. Get it. All right, so let's see. Go back here. That purchase is done. So once we buy the stack for the show, we put on the cool music, the chill music, because after we stack, we chill. All right, it's time for the poll of the day. Today you guys get to decide if or which. What is it? Oh, here we go. We bring this up on screen. Okay, for the 100 stacks challenge, we're gonna have a poll to see if we buy today the $44 line or the $24 line. Okay, I'm gonna start a poll and you guys get to decide. Is it 24? Yeah. 24 or 44. Yep. 24. Yep. 24 or 44. All right. Let the people decide. The Sons of Satoshi. Sons of Satoshi sounds awesome. I don't know. It just I just popped into my head this morning. Boltar, does Roman stack Ethereum? Voltar would know, dude. Voltar would know. If you guys need advice, if you guys need life advice, financial advice from the Bitcoin bullish fortune teller Voltar, all you gotta do, oh, is it broken? All you gotta do is type in !Voltar space and then ask your question and Voltar will answer you. That's weird. Voltar speaks. 24, let's go. All right, let's see. Carlos is always going for the lower amount to keep it real. All right, let's see. What is Bitcoin doing today? It doesn't matter. We're still stacking. Voltar, should I buy more Bitcoin? I might have to, there it goes. It is certain. It is certain. There it is. Right. Only ask Voltar critical, important questions. Just kidding, guys. It's like asking a magic 8-ball for advice, but it's fun. It's fun. Anyway, all right. Let's end the poll here. Yes, Voltar set to stack. Let's go. So it looks like today we're gonna be stacking the $44 line for the 100 stacks challenge. The people have spoken. All right, let me cue this up, and we're gonna do the $44 line. There it is. All right, $44 stack today. Look at that. We're at $6,663 left of fee-free Bitcoin purchases. We're making a dent in this, guys. We're making a dent in that. All right. Let's see. Let me do the preview and take a screenshot. Okay, there's my preview. Okay. Notes. All right, got my screenshot. Got my notes. Let's do this. All right, here we go. We're buying $44 for the 100 stacks challenge, line number 44 today. Woo! Getting it done. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button, and let's get that algorithm pump. All right, let's see. There it is. Successfully stacked a little stack. We're able to stack an additional 643 Satoshis thanks to no fees. And just like that, we are nearing the end of the show. If you have any questions for me, now is the time to ask. If you have any, I might even ask you guys questions. A fool and their Bitcoin will soon part. Don't poop coin. All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, BTC backpacker, BTC fanny packer, thanks for tuning in. McLovin, thanks for tuning in. Howard Williams, thanks for tuning in today. Let's get this exit music started. There it is. Once again, we are close. We're near the end of another episode of the Stack Sats Show. Keeping it really basic, beginner friendly. Helping you get started with stacking in Bitcoin, understanding what Bitcoin is, understanding how to buy it, how to take custody of that Bitcoin, and how to get more wealthy. Okay? This is the ultimate, I don't know what you call it, wealth hack, right? You don't have to go become a financial advisor. You don't have to go and become a real estate developer or a Harvard educated business degree mutual fund manager. All you gotta do is buy Bitcoin, take custody, and live your life. All right. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Sats Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later.